Hey everybody, welcome back to the dungeon. I am your host, Timmy Collects TCG. What's going on? As you can see, I did get myself my other box of Prismatic Evolutions, which is awesome. Um, yeah, it's what's crazy about this is it's smaller box. I love it. But what's awesome at work today, there is somebody else who I found out that actually collects Pokemon cards a lot more than I do. He's very more knowledgeable than I am. I actually found out maybe about like in May. In May is when I found out that she collected a lot of Pokemon cards, and she's kind of higher up there. She's a higher person than I am at work. And that kind of blew my mind, right? Because we are older in life. But she's still a little bit younger than me, but she was like, yeah, me and my husband or boyfriend, I forgot which one it was. At that time, I wasn't paying attention. I'm not gonna lie. But she was like, we collect all these ETBs and all this stuff, and if there's a rip in the package, then I'll open it. And what's crazy is that she was using all of those acronyms and everything before I came into the hobby and actually. Um, Sorry, I gotta turn on my fan to my dungeon here because it's hot as heck. Um, she was just talking about how how she's in this Discord and they let her know when like packages come in from whatever Target or whatever. People are like, I guess, on the lookout or some crap like that, which is nuts. I'm not sure if those are the resellers, but she didn't mention anything of her being a reseller. She was just saying that her and her husband or boyfriend collect all of these, and they're really looking forward to the 30th anniversary celebration. And I told her, I was like, you know what, I kind of started collecting because I told her that I bought that Charizard, the 1999 base set, number 4. I bought a Charizard, just a slab because I was like, hey, I'm just going to buy one of the, I guess, the one that I know of as a kid or grew up knowing. And I was like, I'm just going to buy it and just going to see what happens, right? But anyway, I was telling her, I was like, yeah, I bought some Prismatic Evolutions, and I got the little booster packs or whatever they called. And she's like, oh my god, those are so small. And I was like, yes, I know, they're like really small. And I was like, I was thinking about doing like the SPCs, but the only thing is like I don't like the size of it. I know it's like a little bit longer, right? I just don't like the size of that because it's just a storage space. And I was just telling her, I was like, I could buy so many of these little freaking things and just stack them together. And she did mention to get those plastic, what are they? The plastic cases that you can, put them in, so you can these, take care of the wrapping because she knows, and I'm starting to know now too that people like crispy boxes, right? They want to make sure that the wrapping's on there because you have your collectors that like to collect sealed, and people don't like to collect finicky stuff. Um, I'm not finicky stuff, but don't like to collect like torn or anything like that. It really puts a damper on it. Even like damaged boxes, which I'm finding out for the most part, they just like pristine, right? That's how come people put stuff in acrylics. But I'm not gonna buy acrylic stuff for this. You know what I mean? I don't even know if I'm gonna buy like those little soft things. Maybe I should because these are pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, these are kind of cute looking. And again, just for size comparisons, it has my mouse right here next to it, which is freaking hilarious. Again, there's only like 6 packs, but um, so I do have 2 more coming in, and then I just got my first uh, email of Pal World of the cards coming in there, so I was pretty stoked about that. So I guess I'm gonna have my first 3 that are shipped. They were shipped yesterday, I think it was, and hopefully I should get them today. I mean tomorrow, the next day. Hey, who knows? Maybe I'll open them up. But anyway, back to these Prizzies. Yeah, I was telling her, I was like, yeah, I bought these and they look so cool. They're so small. And she's like, oh, there's. And I was talking about how I wanted to get SPCs, but I didn't like the space. And she was like, yeah, I know, but like those, booster packs, they're like so much bang for their buck. And she told me that when they first came out, the MSRP was like $20, and of course now they're like 80. And I was like, what? And she's like, how much you buy them for? I was like, for the most part, I got them like low 70s. And she's like, okay, so you have a pretty good deal. That's fine. I was like, man, I can't believe that it went up so much. She's like, oh yeah, this stuff is just crazy. People just buy them and they just hold them. I'm like, man, I did not even know that. I was like, I didn't know that it was that cheap. I just thought, me just coming into the hobby, that's what the price is. Like the price is that price, and that's it. So, um, So yeah, she's like, just get those little things. They're like $20 to put the cases over them, and then you can just put them like in a shoebox or something, or a box, and kind of. I didn't ask her how I should stack them, if I should just stack them like this or whatever. But if I'm keeping them sealed, and if I do end up wanting to sell these eventually, they're gonna be sealed because I'm not gonna open up these bad boys. I don't have luck in ripping packs. Plus, don't ever try your supply. And of course, I'm probably gonna break that rule if I make a video opening up booster boxes or something like that. You know what I mean? Just that saying, don't try your supply because more than likely you're gonna not get a hit or something. But yeah. So I was just like, okay. I was like, yeah. So and she was saying, that she's gonna go so hard FOMO into 30th celebration. I was like, are you? And she's like, yeah. I was like, are you gonna buy old products or anything like that? She's like, no, I'm just concentrating and saving as much as I can just to drop as much as I can when they release. So there's another person that's waiting for the 30th, but she's not selling nothing. She grew up with Pokemon. She used to tell me that her and her father played when they were young. Like I think she said that he collected sports cards and he would buy her Pokemon cards to kind of get her into that, which it stuck and she really enjoys it. So that's awesome that that he was able to rub off this hobby for her, which she really enjoys and she loves. Um, she did say that she did have some prismatic stuff. I think she said she had the ETBs, the Elite Trainer boxes. I don't think she said the SPCs. Um, but again, it's freaking awesome. And of course, we were talking about how to store them. And she did say, I forgot what box it was, but her and her boyfriend or husband or whatever. I'm just going to say boyfriend. That her and her boyfriend was moving a box around and accidentally tore. And she was like, oh my god, it tore. Well, I just might as well just open it and open the packs and see what I got. And she said that she didn't get anything good, so it's whatever. But it was just pretty cool just to be working in like a corporate environment place where people wear khakis and all that stuff, and and have to make sure and put on the show, whatever, do what you gotta do, the per my last email, culture, that somebody was able to like totally break down their barrier and talk to me just like a normal person about something they love to do, like her face just shined up bright, and it was just really awesome, and it made me feel more comfortable. Not more comfortable. That's a stupid word. It made me feel good about. It made me feel good about getting to the hobby now. So that's awesome. So I'm really excited for that. Let's see, but yeah. So I do have 2 more coming in. So I'm gonna have a total of 4, and I am keeping a log on my pricecharting.com. I know a lot of people have other websites or stuff like that to use. Maybe I will show like what I have totally this weekend. I know I don't go on my OBS and stuff like that. I probably have to keep finagling with that and do that this weekend and make sure it's legit, because when I look at it, I'm not sure my videos come out on the screen. If anybody can go to my video that I made on my OBS earlier some of my earlier videos and see if it's blurry or not. I don't know. But anyway, so I have those coming in. I have my Power Worlds coming in, and after that, I don't have anything. So I think I'm gonna have to go back online to see some more deals that are falling. I'm not sure if I'm gonna buy more Larcana. I think I'm probably gonna hold off on that. I think I'm gonna go more of Pokemon and Magic. Magic, I do want another Final Fantasy booster box or Commander. The Commander deck's cool, but I think I'm just gonna go with another booster box there. But I have to wait and see, because this weekend I'm going to be spending a chunk of change on painting this house that we live in. Not me. I'm going to, have to get it painted. So I want to make sure funds are good, so I don't use credit or leverage, or how people say, I don't want to borrow to, pay for my addiction here, or at least my upcoming addiction, which is, collecting these cards. So that's awesome. But yeah, so these are 2. I still got 2 more to come, and when they do come in, I'll make another video and go from there, and then maybe see what we might be shopping for. I don't know. But again, I do appreciate you guys stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Type in the chat, ooga booga dooga, just for the algorithm. And we can go from there. Just going to be a slow grind channel. I'm not very knowledgeable on what I'm buying. I'm kind of just like buying just to collect and learn as I go, right? I haven't been in this industry at all, really. And it's just been fun. But other than that, appreciate you guys stopping by. Have a good one. Peace.